I'm in the northwest Highlands of Scotland, in the old county of Sutherland, to be precise. In fact, to be even more exact, the region of Assynt. This is a land of rock. The bedrock here is Lewisian gneiss, which at 3,000 million years old is some of the oldest rock on the planet. And then you have the weirdly sculpted mountains of Torridonian sandstone that are the iconic image of this region. Serena and I are staying for a couple of nights in a shepherd's hut to get the most out of this incredible environment. Hey, that looks good. Cozy. Very, very warm and comfortable.
It's a great kitchen.
The hut is in the tiny hamlet of Inchnadamph, which sits on the North Coast 500 route. Now this was an important centre a couple of hundred years ago because various cattle droving routes came across the mountains and centred here. In Gaelic, its name means meadows of the stags. These days though, the most important centre for the region is Lochinver on the coast, sitting under the brooding presence of the mountain known as Sutherland. The village of Lochinver has an absolutely glorious setting. It was only founded in 1812 to take advantage of the fishing boom at that time, but it remains a very important fishing port to this day, as well as now being the centre for tourism in this area. What a scene to wake up to on a freezing cold morning. We haven't seen any deer yet, but we certainly heard a few during the night. Straight out of the hut and we're onto a breathtaking walk into the hills to see the Bone Caves. These are the Bone Caves, so called because in the 19th century they found remains here belonging to wolves and lynx that have been dated back to just after the end of the last ice age. This was prime real estate for the hunters of the time. Incredible views, safety and fresh running water. As you drive along the NC500 towards Lochinver, you'll pass the ghostly shell of Calda House. Now, Calda House was built in 1726 by the Mackenzies of Assynt, and at the time it would have looked magnificent, with an architectural design that was entirely revolutionary for this part of the Highlands. Sadly, just 12 years after it was built, Calda House was destroyed. The Mackenzies had fallen into debt, and to stop the house falling into the hands of the arch enemy, the Sutherland family, it was burnt down. With walls this thick, the builders must have thought that this house would last for centuries. These are the lonely ruins of Ardvreck Castle. Now, back in the 15th century, this was a stronghold of the MacLeods of Assynt. The history of this castle is beset with sieges, murders and executions, so it's no surprise at all to learn that it's supposed to be very, very haunted. I've got my coffee, my shortbread, sunshine. I think I'm set for the day. Click subscribe and I'll see you next time.